Beneath our world's surface lies more than just rock and soil. Some believe it hides doorways to something far darker.
An open pit burning for years. Locals call it the gateway to hell.
From the fiery hole of the Darvaza Gas Crater to the chilling silence of Japan's Aokigahara forest, these places stir both fear and fascination. Legends speak of cursed grounds, demonic portals, and ancient rituals that defy explanation. Each location on this list has been called a gate to the underworld. These are 10 locations said to be gateways to hell. Number 10. Lake Avernus, Italy. Located near Naples, Lake Avernus is a volcanic crater lake that the ancient Romans believed to be a literal entrance to the underworld. Its name comes from the Greek word aornos, meaning without birds, because early visitors claimed that birds flying over the lake would drop dead from the toxic fumes that once rose from its surface. The lake is surrounded by dark, thick forests and was known for its eerie stillness and sulfuric smell, reinforcing the belief that it was a cursed and dangerous place. In Roman mythology, Lake Avernus was considered a sacred gateway to Hades, the realm of the dead. According to Virgil's epic The Aeneid, the hero Aeneas used this very lake to descend into the underworld in search of his father's spirit. Priests and oracles were said to conduct rituals nearby, and temples were built to honor underworld gods like Hecate and Pluto. Although the volcanic activity in the region has long since calmed, the lake still exudes a quiet, haunting beauty. Today, it remains a powerful symbol of how ancient civilizations blended natural phenomena with myth to create powerful legends that still chill the imagination centuries later. Number 9. Acton Tunichal Mucknell Cave, Belize. Hidden deep within the Tapir Mountain Nature Reserve in Belize, Acton Tunichal Mucknell, meaning Cave of the Crystal Sepulchre, is one of the most haunting and mysterious archaeological sites in the world. To the ancient Maya, this cave was far more than just a natural wonder. It was a sacred portal to Xibalba, the Mayan underworld, where gods of death and chaos resided. The cave stretches over 3 miles and requires visitors to swim, climb, and wade through darkness to reach its inner chambers. Inside, archaeologists have discovered centuries-old pottery, tools, and skeletal remains of at least 14 individuals, most believed to be sacrificial victims. The most famous is the Crystal Maiden, a skeleton of a teenage girl whose bones have fused with the cave's minerals, giving her a glittering, crystal-like appearance. The Maya used the cave for ceremonial rituals, often involving human sacrifice, to appease angry gods or bring rain during droughts. The deeper one ventures, the more intense and sacred the offerings become. Today, Acton Tunichal Mucknell remains a chilling reminder of how real and powerful the concept of an underworld was to the ancient Maya, so real they believed they could physically enter it. Number 8. Mount Etna, Italy. Towering over the island of Sicily, Mount Etna is one of the most active volcanoes in the world and has been erupting for thousands of years. To the ancient Greeks and Romans, this roaring, smoke-belching mountain was far more than a natural force. It was believed to be a direct gateway to the underworld. The constant rumblings, flowing lava, and explosive eruptions were interpreted as the wrath of gods or the work of creatures imprisoned beneath the earth. In Greek mythology, Mount Etna was said to be the home of Hephaestus, known as Vulcan to the Romans, the god of fire and blacksmithing, who forged weapons for the gods in a fiery underground workshop. It was also believed to be the prison of the monstrous Typhon, a fearsome giant defeated by Zeus and trapped under the mountain's weight. Every eruption was thought to be Typhon struggling to break free. Even today, the mountain maintains an aura of awe and danger. With its molten rivers and thunderous roars, Mount Etna remains one of Earth's most vivid symbols of fire and fury, reminding us why ancient civilizations believed it marked the boundary between the mortal world and something far more sinister below. Number 7. Stull Cemetery, Kansas. Tucked away in the tiny town of Stull, Kansas, this unassuming cemetery has become the center of one of the most chilling urban legends in the United States. According to local lore, Stull Cemetery is one of the 7 gateways to hell, and one of the few said to be used by the devil himself. The legend claims that every Halloween and spring equinox, a hidden staircase within the cemetery opens, allowing Satan to pass between the underworld and earth. The church that once stood on the grounds, now in ruins, was said to be a site of satanic rituals and strange occurrences. Witnesses have reported unexplained noises, cold spots, and eerie apparitions. Some even claim that gravestones rearrange themselves or that time behaves oddly within the cemetery's bounds. The church was mysteriously destroyed without a clear explanation, fueling even more speculation. Despite being debunked by skeptics and denied by locals, the legend persists, so much so that the cemetery has been featured in horror films, books, and TV shows. Whether a case of overactive imagination or something more sinister, Stahl's cemetery continues to draw thrill seekers and ghost hunters, all hoping to glimpse what might lie beneath this quiet patch of Kansas soil. Number 6. Darvaza Gas Crater, Turkmenistan. In the heart of the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan lies a massive, fiery pit known as the Darvaza Gas Crater, or more famously, the Door to Hell. Measuring about 230 feet wide and 100 feet deep, this blazing crater has been burning continuously since 1971. Its origin is both accidental and mysterious. Soviet geologists were drilling for natural gas when the ground beneath their rig collapsed, creating a massive sinkhole. Fearing the spread of toxic gas, they set the crater on fire, expecting the flames to burn out in a few days. More than 50 years later, it's still burning. The crater's constant inferno, combined with its remote desert location, gives it a haunting and otherworldly appearance. At night, the glow of the flames can be seen for miles, creating the illusion of a fiery portal to another realm. Local folklore and the sheer visual spectacle of the site have earned it its hellish nickname. While not tied to ancient mythology, like other locations on this list, the Darvaza Gas Crater stands as a modern marvel, and a chilling reminder of humanity's occasional missteps when meddling with the power of nature beneath our feet. Number 5. Hauska Castle, Czech Republic. Deep in the forests of the Czech Republic stands Hauska Castle, a mysterious 13th century fortress shrouded in dark legends. Unlike most castles, Hauska was not built to defend against invaders or house nobility. Strangely, it has no strategic position, no water source, and many of its windows are fake, designed to look out but not actually open. According to legend, the castle was constructed specifically to seal a gaping hole in the earth, believed to be a literal gateway to hell. Locals claim the pit beneath the castle was so deep that no one could see the bottom, and that demonic creatures would crawl out of it at night, terrorizing nearby villages. When construction began, prisoners sentenced to death were offered pardons if they agreed to be lowered into the hole. The first man reportedly screamed in terror within seconds, and when pulled back up, he had aged decades and gone completely insane. The Gothic chapel at the castle center was built directly over the hole, meant to trap the evil within. Today, Hauska Castle is a tourist attraction and one of the most paranormally active places in Europe, still rumored to guard the depths of something dark and ancient below. Number 4. Aokigahara Forest, Japan. At the base of Japan's iconic Mount Fuji lies Aokigahara Forest, a place as breathtaking as it is terrifying. Known as the Sea of Trees, this dense, shadowy forest has long been associated with death, despair, and the supernatural. According to ancient Japanese mythology, Aokigahara is haunted by ire, restless spirits of the dead who are consumed by sorrow and rage. Many believe it is a place where the boundary between the physical world and the spirit realm is thin, making it a symbolic, if not literal, gateway to the underworld. For centuries, the forest has carried a dark reputation. In the past, it was reportedly a site of ubasut, a now discredited practice where the elderly or sick were left to die in remote places. In more recent times, it has tragically become known as one of the world's most infamous suicide destinations. Visitors often report a disturbing silence within the forest due to its sound-absorbing volcanic soil and thick tree coverage. While the Japanese government has tried to discourage dark tourism, the eerie energy of Aokigahara lingers. Its haunting beauty and tragic history continue to draw curious explorers and remind the world why it's often referred to as a real-world doorway to despair and darkness. Number 3. The Seven Gates of Hell, Pennsylvania. Tucked away in the rural woods of York County, Pennsylvania, lies one of America's most chilling urban legends, the Seven Gates of Hell. According to local lore, hidden deep in the forest are a series of 7 mysterious gates. The story goes that if you pass through all 7 in the correct order and at midnight, you'll open a portal straight to hell itself. There are 2 main versions of the legend. One claims the gates were built on the site of a 19th century insane asylum that burned down, killing many patients. The gates were supposedly erected to contain any who might have escaped. Another version insists the gates were the creation of a local eccentric doctor who placed them on his property for unknown, possibly occult reasons. Interestingly, only one gate is visible during the day, while the others allegedly appear only at night, heightening the mystery. Many who venture into the woods report strange sounds, feelings of being watched, and unexplained cold spots. Though skeptics argue it's pure folklore, the legend persists. Whether a tale born of imagination or something darker, the 7 gates of hell continues to lure thrill seekers into the shadowy woods, hoping to discover if the path to damnation is real. Number 2. Mount Osari, Japan. Mount Osari, or Osarezen, is one of the most sacred and eerie places in Japan. Located in the remote Shimokita Peninsula of northern Honshu, this desolate volcanic landscape is believed to be the gateway to the afterlife in Japanese Buddhist tradition. The name Osari literally means fear, and it's easy to see why. The area is filled with bubbling sulfur pits, steaming vents, and a strong, ever-present smell of rotten eggs, all set against a backdrop of gray volcanic ash and stone. According to legend, Mount Osari resembles the Buddhist version of the underworld, a place where souls of the dead linger before moving on. The nearby Sanzu River is said to be the Japanese equivalent of the river Styx, a spiritual boundary between the living and the dead. It is here that the dead must pay a toll and cross, depending on the karma they accumulated in life. Each year, the Atako, a group of blind spiritual mediums, gather at Osarezen to channel messages from the deceased for grieving families. The combination of haunting natural elements and deep spiritual significance makes Mount Osari one of the most mystifying and revered places in Japan, where many believe the living can briefly reach into the world of the dead. Number 1. Plutonian at Hierapolis, Turkey. The Plutonian at Hierapolis, also known as Pluto's Gate, was considered a direct portal to the underworld by the ancient Greeks and Romans. Located in modern-day Turkey, this sacred site was dedicated to Pluto or Hades, the god of the underworld. The entrance to the Plutonian was a small cave that emitted toxic gases, mainly carbon dioxide, from deep within the earth. Animals that wandered too close would collapse and die within minutes, reinforcing the belief that this was a passageway to the realm of the dead. Ancient priests known as Galli used the site for ritual purposes, claiming they could enter the cave without harm, likely because they knew how to avoid the heavier toxic gases that settled close to the ground. To common observers, their survival seemed supernatural, further enhancing the site's eerie reputation. The Plutonian was not only a religious site, but also a tourist attraction in ancient times. Visitors paid to witness animals die at the entrance and to feel the deadly power of the underworld. Today, while modern science explains the deadly fumes, the site still exudes an ominous energy, standing as a chilling reminder of how ancient people interpreted nature's deadly forces as literal gates to hell. Whether shaped by myth, mystery, or deadly natural forces, these gateways to hell reveal how deeply the fear of the unknown is woven into human history. Which of these eerie locations would you dare to visit, or are there other hell gates you think we missed? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more spine-chilling content. Thanks for watching, and stay curious, but maybe not too curious.